Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome. Hey, got a few people already. All right, let's see here. Let's start out. Good morning. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hey, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, let's see here. Krishna, that's right. Krishna, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Try a little traditional here again. My singing voice isn't that great today. It's a japa voice. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Jesus, the Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Shri Krishna Kanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Shri Vasadi Gaurahari, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Vasadi Gaurahari, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaurahari, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda 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 Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga 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 Krishna Chaitanya Sri 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 Krishna Chaitanya Radha Govinda 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare. Wow, I like this, man. Woo. I might even jump my 16 rounds like this. I might get back into chanting 16 rounds. Wow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. It's like eating cake. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare. Oh. Time for dessert now. Main course.
Thanks for using.
Yeah, I was thinking of the chapter 12 of the Adi Lila, chapter 12. It talks about those who had the different opinion, they sway from his opinion, then they were cut off from that special mercy of Lord Chaitanya, which is ecstatic devotion, you see. That's it. They scatter, go somewhere, who knows what happened. You don't know, they just kind of disappear, whatever happened to them, they just scatter, they call, never talk to you. It's weird, it's weird. They don't even care. See? So, to me, this is life, this is life. And, it shows you they don't get a really strong understanding of it. But anyway, those who stay in line with the guru and the opinion. See, it's the opinion that flows, man, through the understanding. And this ecstatic just keeps coming. Otherwise, you just get off and it stops, and you get onto some other. Because we're marginal, you get onto some other life, and it's not really life. Some already becomes your, you get life from austerity. What do we get life from? We get life from this ecstatic communion, not from austerity. It's something else, and it's external. It's another level, and this is the topmost. Getting life by the dance of Radha and Krishna, and this ecstatic communion. I'll tell you, man, people. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, and it just grows, it grows more and more. Yeah, a lot of problems here with connection. Okay, well, yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, people don't have this, all they have their comes from power. I was, like these dictators, in China, get life from power, be more power, and it's even more powerful. And you see the guys, they're just getting off on, wow, he's a me, the soldiers are all, oh man, Mel, whatever that guy's name is, and every, and people, it's like the dictators, they have their followers, they're brainwashed into that thing. In religion, the same thing. People are brainwashed into being a follower of these gurus, really, and it's not based on knowledge. It's based on twisted ideas for people who have a thirst for power, See, if you don't get that, you're going to have a desire to something else. Power, influence, to be important, all these things, these are other creepers. It's not bhakti. This is why, it's like, bhakti is this communion with God. Then, everything, it all comes from them, this, all the opulences, everything, even in the material world comes from them. It's this opulent here. This, it's amazing. Everything here, even the false ego is amazing. It's divine energy. It's all beautiful. But if that's all you don't know this other part, then it's very dangerous, because you get caught up in that. You think that's it, and you get falsely identified, and you lose your connection with your soul, who you are. Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Is it like blind faith? Would you say?
Yeah,
Okay.
blind faith. It's blind. It's manipulated faith. This is what Maya does, because Maya is so terrible. She has to trick you. Just like Lord Chaitanya beautifully has to kind of sometimes trick the living entities to come back, because his other side has tricked them to go into the darkness. You know how these movies, they always have devil trying to trick people? That's Maya. She's always tricking, deceiving. What do you think? People, they say, oh, this is really good for you now. And everything that is bad for you, they're telling you is good for you. And so anyway, those who still have their faculties and as to think about it, even if you're not at this platform, still you could see, hey, what are you doing, man? You're manipulating things. You're telling us what's bad for us is good for us. That's what's going on now. That's the mode of ignorance. You do what you shouldn't be to do. You do as the good thing. And so they manipulating people under the rule of, say, like people in the higher mode who are treating them better, so they're listening to the authorities who have filtrated into the mode of ignorance to tear things down. So they listen to them and then they go with them. So it is what it is. And we're lucky we got I feel really blessed and have this protection, Wow, these times. Amy says, read this, Tom.
It's like an ocean wave here. You either catch the wave and ride it, or you miss it. But when you ride this wave, it's the greatest feeling ever. Wow, yes.
Yeah, that's nice to put it. So go ahead, read this.
How can one know if a guru is not an imposter?
Good question. Thank you. So let's see what Lalita has to say about that. In your experience.
I'm live again because I'm on Facebook. Yeah, I love his questions of Sim. He always asks nice questions. How can you know this? First of all, don't look only at the symptoms of ecstatic love. Listen to the knowledge that this guru is telling you. Listen carefully to him and to how he explains the verse. Listen very carefully. Ask nice questions, because he finds everything back in the scriptures, in the Shastras. Give him 30 days of your time. Give 30 days following classes. Listen to the witnesses. Ask questions and talk to me. Ask him.
Yeah, right. 30-day challenge. Good question. Yeah. Also, see, a lot of people, they can't muster. See, they can't muster up this ecstatic devotion, especially not regularly. They'd have to really, because it's natural, it's spontaneous. It's the gift of God. It's just, it's special. So they can't do it. So what they've done in the Posterville is they imitate the knowledge. See, there's this bhakti knowledge is supposed to ultimately come from bhakti, not from study. So what they do is, since they can't manifest the ecstasy, they take the knowledge and twist it, because they don't expect this naturally. Because they don't understand it. Without this bhakti, you can't understand it. See? So, okay, you're going to see bhakti in here. And then look at the knowledge too. And you'll see, oh, wow, look at this. It's specialized. This knowledge is different than what you've been studying the Vedas. And then they speculate. Their arguments are weak and not deep. See? So it's Upad. See, the scholars, I was talking to one of the early disciples in Mayapur of Prabhupada. And he said, scholars began to accept Prabhupada's opinion, even though he wasn't considered in those circles a great scholar per se. because, you know, he was a householder. You know, he didn't spend his whole life studying. But his arguments, his concepts were so realized and so deep. At him as this is the best, you know, this is really special, and that's just how it is. His understanding Krishna and bhakti came from ecstasy, from this genuine love and communion with the Lord, and that's just always how it is. And this is what Vaishnavas don't see, because they don't see that much. It's very rare in Vaishnavism, because everybody's studying their way into guruship. They study, you know, verses, and then they get their stamp or group and votes, and however they get in. You know, see, we're showing the example of how to get in to be a spiritual master organically, just naturally, the way the book. See, by the classes, regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam, from the devotee absorbed in the mellows of devotion, because those mellows of devotion enable the devotee to understand the deep purports of the Vedas, of you know, these transcendental books. Why do you think Prabhupada came to me? You know, I was the Lord in ecstasy and relishing these deep conclusions for years. And then he came and said, yeah, as people spontaneously come, this has approval. Because it's important. I mean, ask any guru if they actually had Prabhupada. I know he wouldn't say, oh, now you go out and you know, they just did their hook or crook thing to get into this. This is the power. This is the thing. These guys, you know, when you have that desire for that enjoyment, power, especially when you see a powerful guru like Prabhupada, and then there are all these little teenagers, you know, Prabhupada made him sannyas and everything, and he's ready to go. What do you think? You know, they just, you know, the lust for power and influence and to be, you know, it's like an easy way to get into the presidency. Could you imagine if somebody said, well, all you have to do is, you know, this way and that way, and you can become the president? I mean, actually, politicians are doing it, you know, pretty much. They have a lust for power, obviously, because when I'm looking at them now, most of them, you know, they just love this game, this political game of power, and, you know, it's so boring, man, you know, it's really so, and all it does is mess everybody up. The whole world is, you know, they're in these power games, you know, it's a power game, you know, this to, you know, worship these influential people, and they support each other. It's the cheated, what do they call it? The cheated, you know, the cheaters cheating the cheated, and, you know, it's just, anyway, that's what you do. What happens when you believe in Maya. But, you know, Lord Chaitanya's come. He's given us an out. Those who take advantage of it, it's great. We're part of it, you know, an important part. All right, so let's see here. What else? Let's see here. Yeah, go ahead, read that there.
Some devotees are sent me video of different spiritual master, but I don't see to theme.
Okay, I'll read it. Some devotees are sending me a video of different spiritual masters. See to them. I don't see to them. What does that mean? I don't see to them.
Doesn't watch them.
Oh,
Doesn't want to look at it.
Well, you can. I mean, actually, if you're looking, see, like you're asking the question, I think you should. You should compare. Why not? You don't should. If you want, compare. You know, find the best one. That's what, you know, I say the same thing, man. If I find somebody that is better at devotional service in the sense of understanding these intricacies and this Ras and all of that, hey man, my advantage to go there, because that's, you know, by that association I'll advance.
I look at them times to see the difference, and then I say, yay, it's so much better.
Yeah, and if anybody sees anything better, run it by us and let us see. I mean, you know, because people say that. I mean, like my ex-wife says, "Oh, what you're doing is show us something better." But all she shows me is the example of being kicked by Maya. That's what I see. Kicked by Maya, just kicking. And she's saying it's like a person that's, you ever see a dog?
The picture is frozen and there's no sound. Yes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama,
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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Hare Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare Rama.
Krishna, 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 Hare
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama, Are you back?
I'm back. Yeah. My phone ran out of juice. I don't know what happened, man. I thought I charged it, but uh-oh.
Okay.
Come on. What's going on here? Oh, shoot. Okay, where's it? Okay. All right. Hey, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, read Chaitanya Bhagavat. I'll be right back.
Okay, I continue where we left yesterday.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivadi Gaura Bhaktarinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you. Maybe it's not exactly the same place, but okay. This is Madhya Kanda chapter 3. Sri Mahaprabhu and Sri Nityananda meet in Navadvip. Sri Gaurachandra became absolutely absorbed in love of Krishna. Sri Gaurachandra became absolutely absorbed in love of Krishna. He exhibited different devotional moods, finding inspiration from the topics the devotees discussed. In the devotional mellow of servitude, in the devotional mellow of servitude, he would cry for hours, as if Mother Ganga had descended through his eyes. He would cry for hours, as if Mother Ganga had descended through his eyes. Then, in a jolly mood, he would laugh for hours. Then, in a jolly mood, laugh for hours. When he fell unconscious, he remained without breath for several hours. When he fell unconscious, he remained without breath for several hours. At times, when he became aware of his position as the Supreme Personality, he would, with real arrogance, say, "I am him, the Supreme Lord," and laugh. Where is that old man, Advaitacharya, the one who brought me here from my abode? I will fulfill his desire and distribute Krishna Prema to every home. I will fulfill his desire and distribute Krishna Prema to every home. The next moment, the Lord would cry out. The next moment, the Lord would cry out, "O Krishna, O beloved Lord." And weeping, he would tie his feet with his long, curly tresses. "O Krishna, O my beloved Lord," and weeping, he would tie his feet with his long, curly tresses. Once he repeated a shloka, the Srimad Bhagavatam, spoken by Akrura, as he came to take Krishna and Balaram away to Mathura. He fell to the ground like a stick, offering his obeisances. And if he were Mathura, absorbed in ecstatic trance, he said, "Oh, now let us take Krishna and Balaram to Mathura. O Nanda, let us take Krishna and Balaram to Mathura and see the great festivals at the palace where they are performing the Dhamma Yajna sacrifice." In this way, Lord Chaitanya exhibited so many ecstatic moods. In this way, Lord Chaitanya exhibited so many ecstatic moods. This gave unlimited to all the devotees present there. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. I have to find my other glasses. So Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare. One day, Lord heard the pastimes. In his incarnation as a boar, Lord Varaha, he rushed to Murari Gupta's house. Lord Chaitanya had a special Murari Gupta, just like Lord Ramachandra had a special love for Hanuman. When Lord Gaurachandra arrived at Murari Gupta's house, Murari Gupta received the Lord with great respect, offering obeisances to the Lord's lotus feet. Hurried past him, shouting, "Varaha, Varaha." Murari Gupta was left dumbfounded. Murari Gupta was left dumbfounded, looking all around him. The Lord entered the temple room of Lord Vishnu and saw a beautiful water pot standing in the corner. Entered the temple room of Lord Vishnu and saw a beautiful water pot standing in the corner. Just at that moment, the Lord took the form of Lord Varaha. Just at that moment, the Lord took the form of Lord Varaha. Absorbed in this mood, he lifted the water pot with his tusks, and roaring loudly like a boar, he stood there with his 4 hooves. The Lord offered Murari Gupta. The Lord ordered Murari Gupta. The Lord ordered Murari Gupta. Offer prayers to me, Murari. Murari remained dumbfounded. Amazed by extraordinary sight, no words came to his mouth. Amazed by his extraordinary sight, no words came to his mouth. The Lord then said, "Speak up, Murari, speak up. You do not have fear. You don't know my supreme identity. Speak up, Murari, speak up. You do not have to fear. Don't you know my supreme identity? Don't you know my supreme identity? Don't you know my supreme identity?" Well, trembling with fear, Murari pleaded with the Lord, saying, "O Lord, only you yourself know how to glorify yourself and offer prayers. O Lord, only you yourself know how to glorify yourself and offer prayers." Lord Anantashesh, who holds the entire creation upon just one of his hoods, has manifested 1,000 mouths to glorify you, yet he laments that he cannot find the limits of your glories. Yet he laments that he cannot find limits of glories. Who is more capable than Anantashesh to glorify you? Who is more capable than Anantashesh to glorify you? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The entire material universe follows the instructions of the Vedas. Yet these very are unable to fully reveal your transcendental, absolute nature. Yet these very Vedas are unable to fully reveal your transcendental, absolute nature. We have heard that there are an unlimited number of universes in this material creation, and that they all emanate from the pores of your transcendental body. We have heard that there are an unlimited number of universes in this material creation, and that they all emanate from the pores of your transcendental body. You are the fully independent, supreme autocrat. You are the fully independent, supreme autocrat. And you are always blissful. And you are always blissful. How is it possible for the limited Vedic literature to describe the pastimes which you perform according to your own sweet will? How is it possible for the limited Vedic literature to describe the pastimes which you perform according to your own sweet will? Therefore, O Lord, only you know yourself. Therefore, O Lord, only you know yourself fully, and others can know you only if you reveal yourself to them through your causeless mercy. Oh, Krishna. What ability do I possess to offer you and glorify you? What ability do I possess to offer you prayers and glorify you? Saying this, Murari Gupta fell upon the floor, offering obeisances to the Lord. Well, saying this, Murari Gupta fell flat upon the floor, offering obeisances to the Lord. Lord Varaha was pleased with Murari Gupta's words. Varaha was pleased with Murari Gupta's words. Then, expressing anger at the Vedic literatures, he spoke out. The Vedas have the Odyssey to say that I have no hands, no legs, no mouth, and there is a mischievous sannyasi living in Kashi who teaches this to his students. There is a mischievous sannyasi living in Kashi who teaches this to his students.
Isn't it amazing how much ignorance there is in the world? It's just, there's so many different types of ignorance, and it all keeps us down. See, even so, you see, the Lord was exposing it. He was even naming names. There's this ignorant sannyasi in Kashi, and people didn't know that. People think, oh, this person's a great scholar, this person, and he probably was, to a degree, but still there's ignorance there, and that ignorance keeps people from knowing what is the ultimate life. That's the purpose of a guru, man, is they not only know from like trying to speculate on the scriptures, but they know the ultimate goal of life is with experience or whatever. That's why this guy in Kashi, he's thinking the ultimate goal of life is Brahman, to merge with God and to become God. Who knows? You know, that's where the speculation comes, because you think, well, maybe it's like this, and you know, and so they teach that, and then people go after that. The ultimate goal is that. So, you know, the more conclusive you are, the better. So Lord Chaitanya is the epitome of conclusiveness, you know, and that's what our books are about. It's so simple. The concepts are so simple, but clear and concise, and give to the heart, you know, make the heart be, because, you know, that's the Lord. He likes, you know, things like Radha likes things like she likes to be with their simple Lord, you know, the simple truth. But Maya, man, she divides things up and messes things around and all stuff, and hides the real truth, you know. So we got the great privilege to expose it. So many people don't have this knowledge, and therefore they act badly for themselves and us. That's why the world, you know, is the way it is people are acting badly for themselves and others, and don't understand these truths. So the Lord is being like this, you know, to you know, and not it depends on who you listen to. Mayavadis, they listen to the teaching of Lord Chaitanya about that, you know, but whoever does gets a great benefit. Same thing, a lot of Christians are struggling in different, but they won't listen to these teachings of Lord Chaitanya, even though they're so fantastic. Well, you know, they can help them so much, you know, understanding Jesus, understanding why the problems in the world are like it is, and where is Jesus situated now? He's beyond all of this fight of good and evil and stuff. He was never into that when he was here. And so this is why they show they don't know Jesus. I think Jesus, see, there's Barabbas's position. Barabbas said, no, we should fight the Romans, and Jesus said, my kingdom is not of this world. See? So he led people meditating on that kingdom that's not of this world. And people are fighting over the kingdoms of the world, Christians included, many of them. They're in this spiritual warfare is not really spiritual. Hey, good and evil is not spiritual. The good against the bad is not spiritual. See, they don't know this. They've lost. They don't know their Jesus as well as they think. This is beyond the good and evil. This is the there.
I could not hear that. Can you repeat, please? The sound was bad.
Oh, I said here, we're here to manifest the Garden of Eden, or the Vrindavan, which is closeness with God, closeness with the Lord as He is. This understand. See, knowing the Lord, like Jesus, says in Gita, He says, people who just know me as all pervasive super soul, and I'm everywhere present and everything really know me. But those who know me as the son of Maharaj Nanda know me as a intimate relative. They know me. Just like Adam and Eve, they knew they had this close relationship. See? And the fall was they ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which everybody is doing now, most people. Whether they're Vaishnavas or Christians. Most of them have not seen this yet. So anyway, Lord Chaitanya came to help. We're here to help, that's a different consciousness here. To help people, all you have to do is, if you want to be, pastime of Maya, basically what it is you start meditating over here. Meditate on these conceptions, meditate on this understanding, which is on this just merging with the Brahman, and becoming like the muse spheres or whatever they, is in people's minds. No, intimacy we're spirit souls, individual part and parcel of the Lord, who have these intimate exchanges, ever expanding bliss. Because of that ever expanding understanding of the absolute truth. Yeah. That's the... Here, read this, Tom.
The ultimate goal of life must be the liberation from the middle modes, which can only be attained through true knowledge. And then the cycle ends because you beat the game.
Yeah, and that's not even the ultimate goal of life. That's that just is the perk. That's the chunk change that comes along with the ultimate goal of life. The ultimate goal of life is this intimacy with the Lord. See, and then all of that comes. Become a guru. I mean, my life is an example of that. The being a guru and all, and everything, being known as a religious person. When you're, at least when your disciples are giving you titles and all that, where'd that come? Where'd my religiousness come from? It just comes from this relationship. So that's what I teach here. Get the relationship and people throw titles at you. They'll give sustenance to live. Everything, comes. The servants of the Lord, the real ones from their heart, want to help you. See, they want to help the cause of the Lord. See, so we get just people like that here. They want to help the cause of the Lord. The cause of the Lord is to wake people up. It's push mellows and then wake people up at the same time. Yeah, because that's where the most power is. You want to be the best teacher? Come here. We'll teach you how to how to relish transcendental mellows, exchanges with God, and then you'll become the best teacher automatically. You don't need any special training and special memorization or anything. People just say, wow, man, I'd like to be like that. Yeah, I want that too. And then you're not imitating the devotee, because then you have your own intimate relationship with the Lord. It's beautiful. Everybody, they're like these little very, very rare jewels, and no one you can replace it. You can't imitate it. You got your own, you know. This is the, you know, if people understood this, this is perfect how to be yourself. This is the ultimate in that. People are trying to, you know, they're on the right idea. They want to be themselves, but still when you're in there, you're just still being a false ego, you know, false identifications and all that. Here, you perfect how to be yourself. You be your spiritual self, because we're actually spirit souls, and we have a special, unique relationship with the Lord. See, now this is the perfect way to be yourself, because this is not how to be a false self, you know. Oh yeah, this is me. Let me show you my big false ego, you know, or whatever it is, you know. But it's false. It's not a true identity. See? We uncover the true identity here. Go ahead there. Read this there, Tom.
For one who is Brahman or Paramatma related, is already on the transcendental plane and experiences a kind of bliss according one's realization.
Mm-hmm.
But it's impersonal, because no personal service is rendered to Krishna, and it is permanent for the soul.
Yeah, it's just ultimate conclusive truth about who we are. So that's what it's like another path, another stage, and then you eventually, I mean, you could stay in Brahman a long time. I mean, you know, who knows how long, you know, but it's not going to be ultimately fully satisfying. It's just another experience in life. Like, you know, even people leave here, it's just another experience of life. See, now is an okay time to eat. You know, we're not like, you know, like really folk, you know. So there's no problem. So you got to learn to make distinctions, you know, context, you know. It's not always. But if we're all sitting there chanting, how are you sitting there? Then I know, man, it just didn't sit right for me. Yeah. So
There's more. Freddy,
oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
More. For soul, and thus there is danger that one falls back into material existence because being a marginal jiva.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. See, Krishna, the conclusive understanding keeps us interested. Otherwise, we get. Even Prabhupada used to say that these Brahmin people that are Brahmin, they get bored. They want activity, not meditating on this Brahman and the bliss. I remember with Jesus, I had a kind of a liberation thing. I got bored. I mean, you know, it's just like, oh, yeah, okay, what to do? Especially I had a taste of serving the Lord, you know. It's a different platform. It's more interesting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Yeah, drums are up. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna. It's nice to see everybody out there chanting and serving Krishna and the community. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Morning there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Gaurahari.
And up on like beat.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare A little traditional here today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Gaurahari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Nityananda Gauranga Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Gauranga Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Gauranga, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Shri
Professional mode. Thanks for using.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Chapter 25. Lord Krishna lifts Govardhan Hill. Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters. Thank you for coming here. I'm going to try and be nice today. No more Mr. Meanie. Mr. Nice Guy now. Oh, somebody wants to come on here. Let's see. Yeah, we don't see any picture, Karuna, so there's no point in putting you on here and just take up space. Either put your picture up there or something, or just stay down there. Okay. So, Sukadev Goswami said, oh, this is, yeah, did I say it? Yeah. Okay. Sukadev Goswami said, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jesus. Sukadev Goswami said, my dear King Parikshit, when Indra understood that his sacrifice had been put aside, he became furious with Nanda Maharaj and the cowherd men who were accepting Krishna as their Lord. Doesn't that have a nice ring to it? Accepting Krishna as one's Lord. Accepting Krishna as our Lord. You know? See, that means you have to accept ecstatic devotional service. Otherwise, you're not really accepting Krishna yet. You accept he's devotion personified. Well, Radharani is, but that's him also. They're a package. If you're going to get Krishna, you know, it's like husband and wife, they're a package. Radha comes along with Krishna, and Krishna comes along with Radha. Mr. Nice. Yes. Who are accepting Krishna as their Lord. Angry Indra sent forth clouds of universal destruction, known as Sarmakvika, imagining himself as the supreme controller as he spoke. I like this saying that Jesus said when I read that, it just came. The pilot said, "Don't you know I have control over your life and death?" And Jesus looks at him and said, "Well, you have what the Lord has given you." See, it's always the Lord. It's relationship. You know, everybody in false ego, they think they act alone. They're God. You know, basically, they're a God over you. See, how lonely that is. See? Devotees think always in terms of relationship. Isn't that beautiful? In terms of relationship. You know, Krishna says he enjoys within himself. And devotees thinking, yes, I enjoy within you. Being in you. See? Being in your name. See? There's my enjoyment. Being in your name. And then Radha likes that. You know, then devotion awakens. See, then you're enjoying within yourself also, kind of like Krishna. You know, Krishna enjoys within himself, and he's teaching his son how to enjoy within himself too, because within himself is Krishna now, and Radha and Krishna. What a great thing, huh? What a great opulence to have. The Lord, who in Bhagavad Gita says, everybody's in me, but I'm not in them. But you're one of those few where the Lord, in his transcendental potency, is in them. And man, does that living entity enjoy? That's the door to real enjoyment, my friends. That's why the Lord sends the Guru, so you can learn how to enjoy life, like the Lord does, and like the devotees do. Joy within this transcendental potency. That's the Lord's potency. Indra said, just see how these cowherd men living in the forest have become so greatly intoxicated by their prosperity. Is he lying there, Tom? Is he telling a lie? Are they intoxicated by their prosperity? And
he's not lying.
Huh?
He's not lying, I think. I feel.
Why? Explain yourself.
He's talking about who?
He's not. You're just drunk. He's stoned, man. You look at the guy. He's stoned about something. I saw pranayama earlier. It's absolutely true. You know, the material potency is always glorifying the spiritual potency, even indirectly. But in your Maya, you don't see that. He didn't see that. He was giving glories. It's true. They were totally intoxicated on their prosperity, who was Krishna himself. Having Krishna is very wonderful and wonderfully intoxicating. So he was telling the truth, but also telling the truth about himself. He was intoxicated by material prosperity. This is the whole world. They're intoxicated by something else other than Krishna's spiritual potency. This is our preaching here, to teach the glories of being intoxicated like those cowherd boys on Krishna's spiritual potency. What do you think? Isn't that a good proposition or what? See? George Soros, let's get personal here. George Soros is intoxicated by his prosperity of all his money and control over the BLM and all these guys. Look at me, I can influence the world. He's intoxicated by his material prosperity. That's why it's so hard for these. Bill Gates also intoxicated by his material prosperity and thinking, well, I can control people now. Look at this, but you have to lie to people, cheat them, and deceive them. That ain't a great way to do it, is it? You know, to fulfill your, the desire of a devotee is so full in Krishna, so intoxicated with their prosperity, so wealthy. Instead of hoarding wealth and needing to transfer wealth of people that have barely anything and you guys are sickos. I'm sorry, man. That is a sick way to live. You're trying to transfer all that wealth. You don't have enough friggin' wealth. You got to burn it in rocket ship fuel, to go up into space for 5 minutes and then come back down. My God, you guys must be really bored. You should come here. We'll teach you real intoxication, man. That no downside on it, no karma. You don't know how much karma you get for making people so unhappy. Here look at this. This is all karma free. We may just make people really happy. Give them the greatest prosperity and the greatest intoxication. Better than 1,000 times more strong and better and clear than an adrenochrome that they're causing so much suffering. The happiness of people like these elites in the world, these demons. And I'm saying this for their benefit too. Maybe somebody will change. Maybe somebody see, God, I think you're right, man. Yeah, of course, because Krishna's always right, man. See, everything else is wrong. All good people are wrong. All bad people are wrong to one various level. Krishna is right. How to enjoy true prosperity within yourself, and that's him. That is the most rightest thing you can do. That's right. That's the will of God. He wants everybody to be happy, even the demons and the demigods. All of you got to get your head straight. Get on the real path, man. Can you imagine? Look we're in this dark place and we're preaching the highest light, the clearest light, the straightest path, the ultimate goal, the supreme purifier, the supreme happiness, the supreme treasure. What else can I say? It is the glory of glories, the King of kings. How to become intoxicated with prosperity. And isn't this nice? You don't have to be part of those elites, which you'll never do. It's so too hard, man. You got to be born into it somehow. This here is so easy to have a prosperity more than Bill Gates and Soros. Thank you very much, service, by the way, and more spiritual potency than Acharya Dev and Jai Paka Maharaj. More power. You can even poo-poo that. Say, oh, that ain't anything special. Because they're also intoxicated by their, oh, I got so many disciples. Oh, I'm so powerful. Oh, look at the, yes, people come to see my piano playing. I can play the piano so nicely. The intoxication, man. You got to get so intoxicated with the holy name. And that is real happiness. That's real prosperity. You like this by their prosperity. Being born in Vrindavan. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that an amazing thing to do? The highest place people can be born into. And you know what? You don't have to wait many lives to be born into Vrindavan. You can just come here and be born. You can be born again in Vrindavan, because that's what we do here. We don't be born anybody anywhere else. You were going to be born again in Vrindavan, not some nebulous born again thing in Christianity. Yeah, you must be born again. What, born into what? What are you talking about? Yeah, born again into the Garden of Eden. How about that? Awaken your spiritual senses like Adam and Eve, and like Radha and Krishna's girlfriends and boyfriends. Born into that kind of relationship. That's what we do here, man. We are midwives. Helping the birth through the canal, squeezing sometimes. Squeeze it out, man. Sometimes don't want to come out. Just push. Can't push, we'll push for you. Push into the Vrindavan. Yeah. Great verse, huh? Indra said, just see how these carol-herd boys living in the forest have become so greatly intoxicated by their prosperity. And key word, greatly. See? Greatly. That's how you know. Where is Vrindavan? It's with the devotees who are not just intoxicated on the holy name, greatly intoxicated, fantastically intoxicated, fantastically blissful, excessively blissful. Hey, you got to look at where the signs of Vrindavan, where the signs are in the moving Vrindavan, the devotees. Where is the greatly intoxication? See? Intoxicated on Krishna's transcendental potency. That's why people follow Chaitanya. He was greatly intoxicated on Krishna. Yeah. See, so greatly intoxicated, so proud of their prosperity. See, this is why people misunderstand devotees. They think, oh, look at Gaurahari, look at these devotees, they're so proud. Yeah, you're proud. Proud of being intoxicated, so proud that we're going to make you proud of Krishna, also proud of Radha. They do, they make you greatly intoxicated to them. Yeah. We're proud. I'm proud of the preaching, man. So proud I blew everything. Isn't that what people do in the world? They're so proud that they poo-poo everything. What do you think? The spiritual potency, same thing, but everybody benefits. Not lose, win-win. I glorify Radha and Krishna as greatly. They're great. They're fantastic. And everything else is diddly squat or more or less bullshit of Maya. Tell me more. There's a song about that. Yeah. Greatly intoxicated. I love that word. Greatly intoxicated by one's prosperity being in Vrindavan. Yes. Proudly. very proudly proclaiming this truth. Isn't that nice? Isn't it nice to be proud? There's no fault in this pride, even though people are like Indra. Even these good regulated devotees, they're like Indra. Oh, here we go. These regulated devotees like Indra. They're very, oh, look at that Gaurahari over. He's so proud of his prosperity, having a few followers. No. I'm proud of Radha and Krishna following our program. I'm very proud of that. And by the way, anybody leaving here is an idiot, stupid. Get back on track, because Maya is tricking you. You know, this bhakti, even if you're still chanting and you're crying and all that, going to water the weeds. And that just keeps you farther and farther away back. And after the weeds are watered, the real bhakti is choked, no more ecstasy. I've seen it so many times. So, you know, if tell your brothers and sisters, people who get this bhakti and then they go away and they don't associate with devotees, they're going to go, you know, they're going to go a little with kooky. And that's true. I've seen it, you know, and then they end up becoming offensive to devotees. Weeds take over because you're watering the weeds with this bhakti, and the weeds are growing, and you're not in sadhu sangha to cut them down. They get cut down here. When spinach is on your teeth, man, the things get cut. But if you leave here, you go and you're hiding the weeds, and then you're watering the weeds with whatever ecstasy you got. Bad program, my friends. You know, whoever's doing that, or you help your brothers and sisters wise up. You know, don't think you know everything because you're becoming ecstatic. You know, you know so little that you leave sadhu sangha, you leave your real friends trying to help you. It's a big catastrophe. I hate seeing that stuff. Big misfortune. That's why Krishna provides. Okay. They have surrendered, this is Indra, they have surrendered to an ordinary human being, Krishna, and thus have offended the gods. Oh. Sorry about that, Karuna. I didn't see you there. See, the ordinary persons, those who have the prosperity of Krishna inside, see, they're enjoying the wealth of Radha and Krishna that live inside them. People, ordinary, see, you're ordinary until you have the Lord, love of God awaken. You're still ordinary, man, more or less ordinary. You're not ordinary. You're ordinary. You're just like a human being. You don't have this ecstasy. You become ordinary when the Lord lives in you. You become like a king. Can you imagine a king and queen? Because the king and queen are living inside you. You become their emissary. Can you imagine? This is Guru. This is the right. It's a Lord Chaitanya. The king and queen live inside them. See, and people that are not liberated, and that's all these religionists who have the symptoms of ordinary. So they consider the ordinary. See, they say, oh, though they're doing material things. See, but it's actually the opposite. See, this 10th canto teaches that. You got to look for the symptoms of who have the prosperity of Krishna and Radha living inside them. That's your association. That's your ticket out of the material world. There's no other ticket. No, that's your ticket, man. Ride on that plane. See, you want to be on that plane. is glitching on YouTube. Oh, trouble with sound? Yes, trouble with sound. Facebook. Okay, what do I do? Okay, you know what? I'm going to refresh this. See if the sound gets better when I refresh.
Okay. Here sound is okay.
My sound is okay?
Yeah, here on Restream it's okay. But we can refresh, okay?
No, he says I'm saying I'm going to refresh, not you. He said the sound is not okay on Facebook. Lagging audio, video. Okay, what about others on Facebook? Anybody on Facebook here? How is it? Is it just them or is it? Now it's okay. All right. Okay, anyway, let's go. Move on. Hare Krishna. So they're taking shelter of Krishna is just like a foolish attempt of men who abandon transcendental knowledge of the self and instead try to cross over the great ocean of material existence in the false boats of fruitive and ritual sacrifices. Their taking shelter of Krishna is just like the foolish attempt of men who abandon transcendental knowledge of the self and try to cross over the great ocean of material existence in the false boats of fruitive and ritual sacrifices. See, this actually what he's saying is also true. Mute mic, please. Mute the mic, somebody. Yeah, also, they're trying, people in the world, they don't know, they either don't know the truth or they're trying to do like transcendental knowledge heard from a devotee who knows things as they are is higher than doing these pujas, and fruitive activities. Just work. This is, if you listen to transcendental knowledge from an experienced devotee who experiences Radha and Krishna living inside them, you are hearing stuff that elevates you beyond ritual. Okay? This is the thing. Then you're ready to abandon all varieties of religion, okay, and their rituals. But you have to really listen to the devotee preaching real transcendental knowledge. See, knowledge that is transcendental to even pujas and fruitive activities, the beginning stuff, or to the path of sense gratification, or to the path of liberation. See, the essence of truth. Actually, Prahlad was preaching like this kind of stuff. The Vedas are screaming in different ways, always, again and again, the same thing. Prahlad Maharaj said in his preaching to the demons, he said, if you would just listen to my words, then you can also understand transcendental knowledge. Okay? You got to listen to a real experienced devotee who is empowered by Radha and Krishna or Lord Chaitanya inside them. Okay? Then you can begin to understand transcendental knowledge. Not try to study it on your own. Later that comes. And also at the beginning, you don't understand what I'm teaching now. A lot of people hear gurus, they come here, and they still don't understand what I'm talking about. You're not ready. Go study your books. Go out there, study the Vedas. Run after Krishna. Search after Krishna. Keep going. Do your pujas and your rules and your regulations. And occasionally pop in and look at the waitresses and the housewives and the retards who are listening. Ordinary person that you would pay no mind to. You think they're so like they're just taking up space. This is what the elites thinking, and this is what the gurus are thinking. They're not much different. I'm telling you, man, it's the same kind of mentality. Let us use these persons until we use this. You're still under Maya when you think like this. Let me use these people up and then throw away. I was like that in ISKCON. I was used up. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars for them. And when I was used up and burnt out and I couldn't take it anymore, they threw me away like a dish rag and didn't even give us a stick out of there. See? Thank you very much for Maya. This is how Maya treats you. Until you're tired of that kind of treatment, you won't come here. See? Because here, you get built up, man. You become important to God's work in this world, which is really the only importance there is. To be used to deliver others as like an instrument. And the Lord can rebuild any bad, fallen, broken jalopy that we are. He rebuilds things. His Maya tears it all down. And sometimes that's good. If you need to be torn down, sometimes you need to be torn down. By 5 years, I followed these kinds of gurus. That's just religion. Okay, that's a lesson. That's for beginners. Are you ready to move on? Are you ready to hear transcendental knowledge from some persons who and Krishna are living inside them? Even my students, Radha and Krishna, are living inside many of them. Strongly. More and more all the time. Rebuilding their broken down jalopis. Yeah, we've been broken down by this Maya, and Krishna will come and rebuild. If you believe in this word, man. If you don't believe in this word coming here from a person where you can see with your eyes something unusual and uncommon is going on inside them, you don't believe in words that come from that kind of a rare place, well, take your chances out there, man. I have to apply for waiter. That's right. You got to get a job as a waiter there, Freddie. Oh, you're waiting on your father there. So maybe that's $6 million devotee. Exactly. More than that. Okay. They have surrendered to an ordinary human being, Krishna, and thus have offended the gods. See, actually, it's the opposite. If you look at the opposite, people have surrendered to demigod types, charismatic persons, persons who are, maybe even demons and demigods people are surrendering to. See, and therefore you have offended the real God. I mean, the Lord doesn't ever really get offended. How can you offend a rich person? But it's an offense. There's a fence there between you and the real God because you worship something less. What do we do here? We're promoting the real God and goddess, man, Radha and Krishna. We're out canvassing for them, for their worship. And poo-pooing everything else. I'm sorry, man, if you're a Vaidhi Bhakti, even if you're a guru, and you're not, Radha and Krishna are not living inside you where we can see visible symptoms, you're offending the real God. You have a fence, and you have a fence, and you are a fence, and those are fenced off from the real God by listening to you because you are no door to Vrindavan. We're here. Hey, man, the real door is where are the signs and symptoms of Radha and Krishna living inside somebody? Because they're going to be clear. And you're going to get clarity and real clear transcendental knowledge through them. They're going to be logical. They'll convince anybody that's invincible, that's not blinded by the false ego like many of these gurus are. They're so blind with their power. And they're like Indra. See, we got to need personal, right there, Karuna, we need personal examples of Bhagavatam. Oop, went off. Too much light for that guy. See, personal examples of Bhagavatam. Are you acting like that? So we're here to show where the real door is. What are the signs and the symptoms so people can get into the kingdom? Maya's always hiding it. You know, what is the fault of keeping to uncover it? We use the Bhagavatam principles and understanding and conceptions. This is called transcendental knowledge, to open that door, because Maya is always keeping it closed and closing it. She's always trying to close it here. I just keep trying to open it. Not try, I just do it. That's why I get faulted. You go, all right, stop opening the door. No, it doesn't matter. I'm here to open the door, man. You don't like the light? Too bad. Try. Burn up your karma. Burn up your illusion. No problem. Chop, chop. Don't forget the extra napkins. So they're taking shelter as just like a foolish attempt of men who abandon transcendental knowledge of the self. Yeah, anyway, that's volumes in that. Let's go to the next verse. These cowherd men have acted inimically towards me by taking shelter of this ordinary human being, Krishna, who thinks himself very wise, but who is simply a foolish, arrogant, overactive child. Yeah, see, if you got Krishna inside you, you will be like that. You will be inspired. This is the way people think about you. Oh, you are so arrogant. That's their, Yeah. See, they're taking shelter of Krishna. Wait. These coward men have acted inimically towards me, taking shelter of the ordinary human being. See, in that. So what did these cowherd? What was their fault? They took shelter of Krishna. They could all varieties of religion. See, so they did that. They could do it, because they had natural affection for Krishna, natural love. So Krishna said, okay, you don't have to worship Indra, do Indra. You don't need. Just stay in your worship of me, of Krishna, the spiritual Krishna, and being in Vrindavan and Govardhan Hill. It's all you have to do. Worship the Lord Krishna with feeling, which that's what you get from a real devotee who speaks transcendental knowledge to you. Get real feeling for Krishna and this path, everything about it. See? And then they part of the Maya, they react. Oh, there, you're funny. You're offensive. You're poo-pooing our worship and worshipers. Yeah, we are. This is better, right? Hey, man, I'm just I'm just reading 10th canto here, man. This is better. If there's anybody has sufficient intelligence, yeah, this is their worship. Come here, Radha and Krishna are living inside a lot of devotees. If you come here, you'll go easily without a trouble into this realm of frame of bhakti. You go that way with you worship those guys who don't have Radha Krishna dancing in their hearts. That's a long way, wouldn't that? See? Hey, man, I'm here taking the book, and if anybody has the ability, because Krishna gives it to them, when you're ready to hear this postgraduate teaching, you'll, oh, really? Oh, I can go with that? Yeah, well, look, have you got prema bhakti? Do you feel you're making advancement? Or you're pretty much more or less where you were when you started Krishna consciousness? I mean, I spent 5 years. I didn't really go anywhere much other than out of there. That was more the lesson, man. Abandon. I got the teaching. Abandon all rules and regulations. Not rules and regulations. Abandon all varieties of religion. and having faith, that's going to deliver me. And I went to the real parampara. I was already qualified for that from the very beginning. Most people aren't quite there. They need a little help, and we're here as maid servants to do a little push the baby out. Yeah, some people are like that. I'm going to the slow learning class. So, thinks himself very wise, but he is a foolish, arrogant, over-talkative child. To the clouds of destruction, Indra said, the prosperity of these people have made them mad with pride, and their arrogance backed up by Krishna. See? That's the truth. Indra's speaking the truth. That's why when you really are a devotee and in expressing yourself, there's going to be, because you've got your prosperous person, there's a kind of a spiritual arrogance there sometimes. Yeah. But what does it do? It teaches people where the real path is. Oh, that's very, if Jesus says, I'm the way, the life, and the truth, no one comes unto the Father but by me. If I'm a foolish person, which most people are, there's mostly I'll say, that is very arrogant of you to say. How dare you say it? See, that's what ordinary people do. And that's in the book now. People don't know that they would do that if they get a living example coming in this world. That's exactly what they'll do. But that doesn't come out until a living example comes and says, hey man, if you don't go in through the door of this preaching here, preaching from where Radha and Krishna are inside that person and prompting them to speak whatever they speak, you don't go in that door, you get into the Vrindavan. You don't get into that. Oh, that's very arrogant of you, Gaurahari, to say that. See, it's always the same thing. That's when it comes out, man. Otherwise, it's just in them. And they're there, oh yeah, we know all about Krishna, right? We know all about Krishna. Let us teach. We're Guru Devs. We're the door. See? So the real doors have to come into this world and show them up. See? Show them up. Show them that they know the 10th canto and the real scriptures. They're the embodiment of them, because in their body is Radha and Krishna, who are these scriptures. They're these words. They're these pastimes. They're these truths. What are you thinking, Tom?
I'm thinking there's so much happening in this Sangha, this contact. They are so beautiful. They come into my system, all these nice new contacts. It's wonderful.
That's great. What about you, River? What's going on in that little mind of yours? Little heart of yours? Say something to see if your mic is working. Your mic's not working. You got to unmute. What's the problem? I didn't mute you. You're still muted. Okay, your son. Can't Karuna show you how to use the mic or something? Or maybe your thing is just... Okay, anyway. It's not working. It's not working. Figure it out. There's nothing I can do. So you got to figure it out. So Amy says, oddly, your arrogance makes this preaching even more attractive. There's a smart girl. You know, this is what I always picked up. I love the arrogance of, I always love the arrogance of Jesus and Lord Chaitanya. Oh man, it's fantastic because it's spiritual. But most people can't appreciate arrogance like that. You know? Now that's a good student. She understands things as they are. Okay, anyway, when you get it fixed, it's fixed, okay? All right. So has made them intoxicated with pride. Yeah. I will follow you to Vraj. Oh, wait. Now go and remove their pride and bring their animals to destruction. Now go and remove their pride and their animals to destruction. This is a twofold thing too, also. You know, this is the animal. So for devotees, the Lord works in this way to destroy the animals in us. See? He does this. All these things that are hindering us, all these obstacles, he comes and he does that. See? So the Lord, and so Lord Indra is actually doing that too. He's doing that to himself by acting against Krishna, which destroys the animal inside him, because this is very animalistic to act against God. Only animals will do that. That's why I say we're all foolish. We're all foolish, you know, if you act against the Lord and his real representatives in the world, the transcendental representatives. Everybody represents the Lord in this world. Yeah, but how do you represent the Lord in the world? Some represent the Lord's mode of ignorance. See, they're surrendering to the mode of ignorance, right? They're acting really ignorant. Oh, mode of passion, the fruit of people. See, they're surrendering to the Lord in his modes of nature. They're deluded by these modes. They cause delusion. See, so these modes, see, they're acting. Everybody's representative of the Lord, but this is delusion representation. That's why people get deluded by associating with deluded people. Yeah, go ahead, Tom. What?
Yes, I feel this. We all are experimenting with Krishna, yes, but we know they all are experimenting with Krishna, and we know that this is an experiment with Krishna, and if we are contrary Krishna, he will purify us.
Yeah, an experiment with Krishna. Okay, all right, good. Yeah, all right, so people are deluded with the mode of passion, you know, so it's a delusion that keeps you from being deluded, and people who associate with you, birds of a feather flock together, you stay in passion. And saying in goodness also, people are deluded with the mode of goodness because you're happy, you know, you're regulated and you have superior knowledge, you think you're superior. So a lot of people have superior knowledge. That's why a lot of demons, they think they have superior knowledge. See, there's a superior thing. They think, what are you guys? You guys are stupid. We got to get rid of you. We're going to inject you all with, and we're going to either control you or make you sick and profit off you or kill you. It's just three things. Yeah, three things. We're going to either make money off you, these things, and big pharma, because that's all we are, is cattle to these demons. This is what they do. I mean, this is what they are. And if you act like cattle, what do you expect them to do? God is giving you a brain, you know, is giving you a way out here. Come here, get intelligent. You'll see that game, man. You'll see that you're just cattle to the elites, the demons, the mode of ignorance, which is strongly in control now. Strongly. See, you just want to be under their control. Well, then you just continue on. You want to be free of that goal? Well, you have to surrender to Krishna's transcendental potency. You know, So people are trying to get out of this situation in different ways. Some people are trying to overcome it by fighting it, right? We'll go protest. Yeah, go 1,000 people protesting, and they keep, notice, they keep doubling down. Why is this? They keep doubling down. Why do they have the power to double down? And they keep protesting, and people say, "Look, we're pro." So many, yeah, and they keep doubling down, and the screws are getting tighter. See, they're trying to free themselves in that way. Okay? Or some there, they say, "Oh yeah, you got to transcend it into the Brahman, become God." See? So we also have our way. Yeah, surrender to Radha and Krishna. Let them come inside you. Let them be inside you. Then you're like a god in that sense. Jesus, God, Krishna is a god because you know what? He enjoys within himself. Well, we become empowered to enjoy within ourselves, but we're not. No. It's not that I'm a god. No. The Lord, the gods, those two main ones, Radha and Krishna, are living inside me. See, inside me, I'm their servant of that spiritual potency. No, mode of passion, I don't serve that. No, mode of ignorance, no. I serve those gods inside. See? So the Lord lives inside us, and we do devotional service. We're devotional service, serving the Lord. Talking about these truths, discussing Krishna, discussing his transcendental mission, discussing transcendental knowledge, the knowledge of the highest truth distinguished from illusion. Rare discussions. So I will follow you to the Vraj. So I will follow you, Vraj, riding on my elephant, Arivata, and taking with me the swift and powerful wind gods to disseminate the cowherd village of Nanda Maharaj. So you see these pastimes, what do? They want to show the world. They want to show these fools here in Maya the supremacy of Vrindavan, the supremacy of the happiness of Vrindavan, the supremacy of Radha and Krishna's transcendental potency. Okay? That's the whole thing. Because when the souls turn their attention that way, see, in this direction, Radha and Krishna, that transcendental potency which you get by his representative, through his representative. See? Then you see, oh wow, what am I meditating on? All these inferior things. Oh, let me just meditate on the greatest. The greatest path is the Lord himself, Radha and Krishna, lordships. Let me just meditate on their pastimes, on their name. Let me be in sadhu sangha with those who are on that page. And not in association with those who are meditating on something less. And that includes the Vaidhi Bhaktas now. Hey man, chop, no time. Let's get the salt and pepper out now. On the table, put the salt and pepper on the table. See, Krishna's the black pepper, and Radha is that nice salt, that nice tasty salt. Put the salt and pepper. Tired of eating that unspiced trees. Same thing, Vaidhi Bhakti out there. What are you guys still eating unspiced khichdi? Come here. We'll put salt and pepper on your table. See, you'll dine with us. See, on our food, we take the verses, we take the name, and we put the salt and pepper on that. See, the salt is running. Nice taste, man. And the pepper is the black pepper, actually hot, spicy Krishna. It has a tang to it, man. Black, black pepper, man. Yeah, as all surrender to me, reward them accordingly. Yeah, so we're teaching, hey man, come and surrender who we surrender to. Right? Come on, you're going to get a fantastic, you're going to get a reward like these cowherd boys and these cowherd girls. You're going to get the ultimate prosperity, and you'll be intoxicated by that. You'll become even transcendently arrogant and proud of this path, that this is the best of all paths. You very proudly preach it. Sometimes very humbly preach it. All kinds of emotions, man. It's been fantastic. I didn't lose anything. Surrendering to Krishna, I became more myself. You know, it's devotees. You know, we're here to glorify transcendence and the transcendental personalities of Godhead, Radha and Krishna and Lord Chaitanya. See, and all these teachings that they taught, the teachings of Prahlad Maharaj, all this is life, man. Liberty, this is liberty. This is the pursuit of real happiness. Everything starts to mean this. This gives real meaning to these verses. You know, even in the world, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. See, life is love of God, man, love of Krishna. See, liberty, you're set free in that. Pursuit of happiness, yeah, I mean, you're going to pursue that forever. You're never going to anything better. Oh, that's a Andromeda must be sincere after all the hell I gave her yesterday. Yeah, so this, you know, come back again. The other guy didn't come back. The Richard Huddle, he only. And you do get a reward, see? And you do get a reward, see? Yeah, you guys are the witness. So witness what reward you're getting, listening to all this arrogance here. Yeah, Gaurahari, how dare he poo us gurus out there and us our big Vaidhi Varnashram trip. How dare he tell everybody in the world to abandon all varieties of religion and just take to the path he's preaching. How arrogant. Yeah, that's right. Very arrogantly true. Hey, when deliverance is here, then the arrogance of the truth comes. Because the Maya is always saying, that's so, no, you're in Maya illusion. You just the wrong arrogance. You're still preaching illusion. We just show you up. Know that it's not, but it really does come with the experience. It's amazing. Yeah. You know what it is? You know, see, Amy got, is it she? Is she? Yeah, yes, actually. I mean, is she anything special? Oh, well, yeah, she is. Now, you know why? Simply because she has faith in teaching. Faith in this word. This is how it is. You get everything from faith in this preaching, no matter how sorry it gets. How many dreams it exposes. That's the reward. You teach everything in the the love you're looking for, the excitement you're looking for, the purification you're looking for, the liberation you're looking for, the happiness, the hope that you're looking for. Everything is in this door. Why do we sit ready again? Let you know.
The sound is too bad now. I cannot hear you.
Is it okay? Let's try. Let me try this. Get on restream this phone. Okay, let's see. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Maybe now it's better.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay.
It
All right.
goes
So
I don't
okay.
know.
All right. Just going and coming. All right. So anyway, it just goes and comes. Okay. Okay. All right. It's better now. Okay. So anyway, it goes and comes. Let's see what happens. Where was I? Oh yeah, arrogance. Yeah. Faith in this preaching, and this is I'm just preaching the real path, and it seems kind of uncommon, like why is he saying? Well, anyway, it's just kind of comes. It's the truth, man. It's the truth. Prahlad was preaching this. He was empowered by the Lord. He had the devotional symptoms of God living inside him, and he preached the truth. He preached these things just like this, Matter of fact, here, let me get this up. Let's see. I was listening to this. Let's see. Database. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, let me look up these things here. See if it's in this one. Oh yeah.
No, there's no, the picture is frozen and there's no sound. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Whoa, all those energies. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Yes.
Back again. Is it okay now? Okay. Anyway, let me read some. I couldn't find it. There's so much in his preaching. It was so fantastic, but this is one I couldn't find where I was looking for. Anyway, let's go back to this here. Okay. So Shukadev Goswami said, on Indra's order, the clouds of universal destruction, released untimely from their hands, went to the cowherd pastures of Nanda Maharaj, where they began to torment the inhabitants by powerfully pouring down torrents of rain upon them. See, and this is where we're going. You notice there's a tormenting going on now. See, this is all, you can see when you understand these pastimes, you see it's all under the control of the Lord, and something ultimately beneficial will come from it. But when you're tormented, the thing is, see, they could take shelter of Krishna, and the torment is relieved. They took shelter of Krishna. What did Krishna do? Oh, even though it was raining, see, it was raining. Govardhan Hill was over there. They're all for 7 days. They're speaking the pastimes of the Lord. It's basically, that's really the meaning, the esoteric. Lifting up Govardhan is you have to be, empowered by the Lord to lift up the pastimes of the Lord. See, and speak them and talk of this. Is Hari Katha. This is Sadhu Sangha. This is chanting the holy name in ecstasy. See, there's rain going on around us. There's no doubt about that, right? Oh, I didn't want to take this. Okay, can you hear me, Tom? Oh man. I didn't want this to be installed.
Hare Krishna. Hello, River. Does the sound work now? Can you? Okay.
Okay, am I back? Okay, something's installing in my computer, so it may mess things up a little bit here and there. So, did you hear what I said? Yeah, before? Okay. All right. Yeah, so this untimely torment, so gods, this is a war going on between the good and evil, and all that stuff is going on. Installation. Oh man.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Okay, we're back, right? Hello?
Sound is okay now.
Oh, it's okay. Sound is okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Totally.
Okay. So there's some stupid installation thing going on without my author in it. Just these things are happening. Yeah. So anyway, we're following in the footsteps of the residents of Vrindavan here. We get the shelter from these untimely, but they're not untimely, but they are timely. It's like paradox. This is this war going on between good and evil. That's what's happening. But under the shelter of Krishna, those who come under the shelter, Krishna, and this means, the real shelter. I mean, the real ecstatic devotees, and who bring in real substantial protection from Krishna. You're under that, and you'll be protected from these pelts of the illusory potency. Okay? So that's the process, man. This is the thing. And many on the Vaidhi platform, they're not getting this level of protection. You can tell by their, they're surrendering to the world. Same thing with Christians. Many Christians, not strong. This is also predicted in the love of many will grow cold. See, the love of many. The love is this transcendental love of God. See, this devotion. You notice it's not growing cold in our Sangha, in many devotees. See? But it's getting cold in amongst a lot of Vaishnavas and Christians. It's not strong enough there, doing this Vaidhi thing. Go ahead, Tom. What?
Yes, when they become cold, they become more receptive for our energy. They become more receptive for this. That's my experience.
Maybe. Maybe. Some, it just depends. It depends. Some will, some won't. Some will just, it's like Prabhupada said, on the battlefield, there are people at different levels of being wounded. So those who want, they're helpable, and so you can help them. Yeah. Not everybody will get this. A lot of people will be taken out. It's just kind of, what are you going to do? Everybody's in a different evolution.
And
okay.
I feel it's very nice that we are aware that that they become more receptive. Some of them become more receptive, and we can just communicate. They become more able to communicate. We are more able to get them, to welcome them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we get better at it. Yeah. Okay, so, oops. So, Shukadev Goswami said, on Indra's order, the clouds of universal destruction, released untimely from their hands, went to the cowherd pastures of Nanda, where they began to torment inhabitants by powerfully pouring down torrents of rain upon them. Propelled by the fearsome wind gods, the clouds blazed with lightning bolts and roared with thunder as they hurled down hailstones. As the clouds released torrents of rain as thick of massive columns, the earth was submerged in the flood, and high ground could no longer be distinguished from the low. See, and that's what's taking place now in this world. People cannot find refuge. It's all, and that's, you notice everybody, that you can't escape anywhere. You can't go anywhere for refuge. So everywhere becomes about the same torment for the world. It's a very difficult time. Everything is increasing this torment. It'll come to a place like a crescendo, and so it seems like there's no place to go. See, for refuge, it all becomes the same. Misery everywhere. Misery with the weather. See, misery with the waters. They creating lacks and all this stuff. Droughts, pestilences. Hey, man, this is a kind of a real situation. See? So this was happening in Vrindavan. But so Krishna wanted to show, hey, there's a way out. Come be like the residents. Come come do sadhu sangha. Come hear about the glories of the Lord. Yeah, come under that shelter. Yeah, and you'll feel it. You'll feel like the rains are going down around you, but they're not touching you. Okay, so that's Radha and Krishna's shelter. That's sadhu sangha. That's why I come here. I come here because it's like coming under Govardhan Hill. It is. coming under Govardhan Hill. The pastimes were under that shelter. You notice? Under the shelter of the name. You know, there wasn't just one person under there, was there? There was a whole village. See, we're a village, villagers, you know, under Govardhan. Yeah, this is the way it works. See, what are the pastimes teaching what we're experiencing? That's what I'm commenting on. They say, hey, man, anybody can come under this shelter. You know, ask yourselves in Vaishnavism, you know, are you feeling protected, really protected? Or are you being bombarded? Are your gurus failing you? Because, you know, if you're not a real servant of the Lord, you'll be running away at this time. You'll see, they're running towards the Maya. They're selling out all this stuff. You know, it's very intense. So if you're really got the shelter of the Lord, this is the time it'll show. Otherwise, everybody will run away. You have to have the genuine shelter of Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan. You know, you got to show the world that you can lift Govardhan Hill. You can lift the pastimes of the Lord in such a way that it gives shelter to the community and to the world and to the universe, actually. Whoever will come under that shelter, it expands. You know, Facebook Live is fantastic. All these things they're using, it's fantastic for us and for those who come here. But for those who are just using it to track and trace, you know, and using it for mundane things, it's a source of misery for them now. Their false egos are getting big, you know, they're becoming, you know, they're thinking, oh, look at us, you come under here, we'll save you, you know, by our talks and our videos and everything. But what's being saved? The screws keep coming down. People start feeling it. They feel the fear. You know what I noticed? People fighting this. They use the same terminology that those who are promoting this misery. You notice? Let me tell you something terrifying about what they're going to do to you. See, they're using the same terminology, and you listen to them, you get into fear too about what they're going to do to you. Do to your body and your mind. See, that's why the only way out is you have to awaken, become conscious of your spiritual body, because your mental body and your physical body is being attacked. And even your life heirs. See, that's being attacked. What are you going to do? So if you don't identify with your spiritual form, you identify with that. Oh, I'm afraid. Wow, look what they're going to do to me. Look at there, you know, I can't even think now. Yeah, I'm not, you know, look at they're going to, you know, control my mind and everything. Yeah. This is the escape route, man. This is the purpose of the pastimes. Anyway, this is a rare door, man. This preaching opens a door that no one else can open unless they're the doorman. You got to find, basically that's guru. You got to find the real doorman. See, otherwise you get thrown out. You know, the doorman, you try to get in the club, you got to go through the doorman, right? They let you in or say, hey, get out of here. See, you know, there you got to go through the bouncer, or you bounce out of there. Okay. Trembling from the distress brought upon the severe rainfall, and trying to cover their heads and the calves with their own bodies, the cows approached the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So see, Tom, that's where you're talking about this will bring people to See, we represent that path to Vrindavan. See, so if you come and you got to approach the Lord Vrindavan, the Lord Vrindavan, through genuine representative. Now, this is not going to work approaching through those who are not the genuine representatives. They will run away. You know, they won't have the power to protect you. Okay. See? And so what is the protection? Not necessarily the physical body or the mental, but the spiritual body will be awakened. And that's the real protection. People are all unprotected in this world until you have your spiritual body awakened. You're identified naturally. You're identifying yourself as part of the mind, or part of the as a bodily person, you know, a physical body, or as a mind, material mind, or material emotions too. See, that's your feeling. That's why, see, these persons that are controlled by Maya, they act on your material body and mental body and emotional body. See, Krishna, his spiritual potency acts on our body. See, and we're identifying with that more and more. What happens? Oh, we transcend this. See? People, you have to transcend it. Fighting it is all you see. Is the fight is it puts you in the same terror. You with that vibration. See, you can listen. If you listen now, listen to the people fighting these demons, this demoniac thing. Fighting. Listen to their words. Oh, let me tell you something really terrible. Let me tell you something that's really terrifying. That's what they do. They want to. That's going to terrify me? Isn't that what it's doing? See, so that's why a lot of people that are doing that are not censored, because this is working for that Maya's plan. See, everybody is terrified, ends up being. So how do you get out? Well, here you go. Come through this door, man. Come through the door. You want to come awaken your spiritual body, your spiritual form. See, it's actually formed here. You come here, you'll see symptoms of spiritual forms here. Maybe you don't see it. You see the symptoms of that. This ecstatic worship is the spiritual form awakened. This is self-realization in its greatest level. Yeah. So the cows and the animals were shivering from the excessive rain and cold, and the cowherd men and ladies, pained by the cold, all approached Lord Govinda for shelter. Trembling from distress brought about by the severe rainfall, and trying to cover their heads, the calves with their own bodies, cows approached the lotus feet of the Supreme Snellic Godhead. So anyway, that's the essence. So River, what do you have today? You have anything you want to share?
Yeah, hello everyone. Sometimes it feels like that I'm not protected by Krishna, because I'm actually, Krishna's the doer, and I feel like I'm just doing it myself. These last few days I've been in so much pain. It's been awful. And I tried to do Harinam yesterday morning to kind of take my mind off the pain, but I couldn't do it because the pain was just so bad. And I had to get some stronger painkillers to help the pain. And I chanted all day. I kept chanting and kept chanting. And I really felt like I wasn't scared. I really felt like that I was just battling on my own. And I wasn't protected by Krishna. And I just went through that whole thing. And today it's even here now. It's so much. How does one get through it? It's so intense.
Well, yeah. Would you get Krishna because of that? Is there a thought in your mind? Is there a thought? I mean, really,
I'm wondering why. No, I wouldn't. But I'm just wondering why I keep going through worse and worse and worse and worse purifications, and then having to deal with it myself. Because it feels like he leaves at those times. Because pain is Maya as well. You know, it's Maya, it's part of Maya, the body. I don't see why he should help me because it is Maya. But I thought he would, a little bit.
Well, you know, really, this is the thing. He helps you so much. He's giving you so many gifts. He's helping you so much. And so the thing is, you have a body. You came to this world with this body. You know, it has its karma. It has its way of diminishing the thing. And there's going to be suffering for you, obviously, because there is. It's what it is. And you're thinking, well, why don't you? Well, you know, you're just going to have to tolerate it. What are you going to do, man? You came in this. Who knows what? I have no idea what you did in your past life. I have no idea, you know, but Krishna knows. And, you know, all of us have a different situation. This is a situation. You saying, well, why don't you take me out? Why don't you take me out of it? That's what I'm hearing. I hear a little bit of faithlessness, you know. Okay, why can't you just accept your situation, whatever it is? You know, sometimes many of us, we can just get cancer or something, and, you know, we may or may not get healed.
24 hours a day.
Well, I don't know. This is, you know, what to do. You know, I can't, you know, this, everybody has their destiny, you know, and then I know when you're out, you're happy, and probably you'll be deeper into understanding what it was about, because I don't know, you have ecstasy that a lot of devotees don't have here, you know, so you're, in a sense, you know, you've got something that other people don't have. You have a treasure that other people don't have. But, you know, there have been saints that that had excruciating health problems, and that was just what they had, you know. But they also had their love for Christ. So, you know, you have your destiny. What do you want me to do? I can't do it. You know, it is what it is. Obviously, there is reason for all of this. Ultimately be revealed. That's all I have to say. You know, that's all I can say. When the Lord wants to reveal it, He'll reveal it. There's a reason for all of this, and you'll see and you'll understand it. So there's a faith thing in it, and maybe He's testing your faith and to see if you're going to leave because of your karmic thing with your body and all that stuff. I don't know. Maybe
I have never left. I have never left. And when I go through these situations, that it's like Krishna takes my bhakti away.
Yeah, well, hey, this is, yeah, you're in there. This is your bhakti. See, you still didn't get this. This is your service. This is your whatever you need to do. You know, diminishing your karma. You know, whatever it is in there, it's diminishing. This is where God wants you to be, so to say. And you say, no, I want to be somewhere else. You have this, I always want to be somewhere else. And I don't blame you, because it sounds like you're experiencing a lot of pain. But, you know, the Lord, it's not being allowed to go somewhere else. Because when you do, it doesn't work. You know, I remember in pain times of thing I do surrender to. You ever think of that?
I've tried.
I don't know.
I've tried to Remember to.
Can you please repeat Srila I asked? Because it was not audible. Sound was not there.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Thank you for watching. So lost. The Fallmeister. This mega off the perk. Ha ha ha. Rumba, 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 rumba. Thank you for watching. I hope you got something from this. Bro, are you okay? Fine, thank you, Bosch. Very, very good. And unfortunately, I can't see all your comments. But however, we will see you very shortly. Hare Krishna. Shri Gaurahari Das Ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Gaur Premanandi Haribo. All glories to the Assembly. Hare